Hey, hello. John Davis here with Action Coach, talking to Nichole Rogers. She's with First Class Real Estate Platinum, and we're going to talk about her business, what her experiences have been the last few years, and what she's got planned moving forward. So, with that, Nichole, I'll just turn it over to you to introduce yourself and your company.
Well, thank you so much. So I'm Nichole Rogers. I'm the broker owner of First Class Real Estate Platinum. We are a virtual real estate brokerage that partners with agents and brokers to take their real estate career to the next level.
Um, Interesting. I think you said virtual.
Yes, we are.
So, elaborate on that a little bit. That was the word that popped out to me.
So currently, we are in Georgia and South Carolina, in the process of about to open a platinum in North Carolina and Tennessee. Um, Between them, it really is with real estate. You don't have to have a brick and mortar. I think a lot of people still think that it's great, but COVID obviously taught us otherwise. So because of that, we're able, like for example, Georgia is where we started. So we have agents in Athens, Columbus, Brunswick, Savannah, Warner
Hmm.
Robins, Gwinnett, like I mean literally all over the state of Georgia. And we're still able to get together. Our meetings are obviously a little different than your brick and mortar. They're via Zoom or Google Meets, and we're all in there together. And then we do events that bring us all together as a team, like in centralized locations.
Okay, so you're building your culture online,
Yes.
but then you do an emphasis on face to face as well. Sounds like.
Right. I mean, yeah, we have that option to like where they still are able to all get together and do team events.
Right. Okay. Cool. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this dog from chewing my
Oh, you're
chair
good.
apart. Uh, it's the way that we work in these days. So,
Yep.
how long have you do it? How long have you been doing this? A
Um,
real estate, and P is the brokerage, I guess.
okay, so in real estate, I've been in real estate almost 10 years.
Okay.
I did resale in the beginning, like your traditional real estate. I did new construction for 6 years, the last 6 years. We opened First Class Real Estate Platinum in 2021. And so a little over a year we've been open.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I can. That's going to lead to some good questions. I can tell. So, how do you define your best customer as a business owner?
Okay, so as a broker, it's kind of been a mind shift from a year ago. So it's more my customer would be more the agent. So my job is to go in and train agents, mentor agents, make sure they know what they're doing, not only like ethically and under the license law, but also like giving them the confidence to go out and get listings and work with buyers and teach them different ways to do that. So my customer would be the agent.
Right. Okay. And that's what I expected. But a lot of times I talk to people and they don't quite get that. And it's good that you've got that. That clearly is your customer. And training them your value add is the training and the experience so they can be successful agents. Their
Exactly.
customers, of course, are the buyers and sellers of
Right.
residential and commercial. Okay. So I have a question here I like to ask, and I think I know the answer, but I wanted to ask it anyway. So you started in 2021.
Correct.
Um, how much of that is a reaction to what's happened in the last several years, right? With COVID and virtual online, or is that just a coincidence?
So, um, well, I mean, kind of both, I guess. So I was
Right.
still in new construction and I was looking at getting out more so like my why was my kids. So I've got a 13-year-old and an 8-year old. My 13-year-old is now like very much so involved in everything school.
Hmm.
So when I was working new construction, I was on site certain hours, but then I was basically working 24/7.
Right.
COVID did not shut us down. We were very much on site. And I felt like like where there's people that were complaining, like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in my house with my kids. Like I was actually the opposite because I was like, I want to be stuck in the house with my kids. And I wasn't. So we started looking towards a brokerage then because I was like, I don't want to miss everything my kids do. Like I'm making great money, but I won't even know who my child is at graduation. Like
Right.
that was like my biggest fear. Like hopefully she's a good person. So we started opening a brokerage. Well, my husband helped me. He's my business partner. He unintentionally went virtual in the beginning and hired our first agent in Columbus. And we are in Athens, Georgia. So that is a 2.5 hour drive. And I was like, and so I was like, well, I guess we're doing virtual. I mean, we're not going to let her go. So, and we realized really quickly that virtual still worked. I mean, in real estate, if you're in the office that much, are you really making money? Because
Right.
the whole point of real estate is you have to get out there, actually show property and all that.
And
So
to get everybody there at the same time, if you're doing any
yeah,
sort of a
and
group,
then it
it's
becomes like
virtually
a
impossible.
water
Yeah.
cooler conversation everywhere. Like everybody just wants to catch up on what they did last week. Like I just feel like a lot of work doesn't necessarily get done in a brick and mortar. So, but on the opposite side of that, a lot of people need that face to face. Like I need help with this. I need help with that. So luckily, COVID had kind of made everybody adapt to that whole virtual one on
Hmm.
one. So it was very easy to kind of just roll it right into to what we were starting.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense. Yeah, it made people of all generations say, hey, this can still work.
yeah,
It's pros and cons of how we're meeting right here. Absolutely. Right. The one regard we're not, because it's not face to face, it's not the same relationship, but it's also possibly a relationship that wouldn't have had any opportunity because we're an hour away from each other.
correct.
Right. And you have that with real estate. You can
Yeah,
expand your reach a lot broader and to some extent faster,
yep,
I would think.
yeah.
So you could have a
We
better
love
impact. Absolutely, that makes sense because I work with a couple of realtors, right? And they have a combination. It was interesting because one of them, on the flip side, she needed to be in an office, but part of it was about the mindset,
right.
right? It was
Like
to
getting off the
be
couch.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. It was getting dressed up, going somewhere, being with other real estate agents to be a professional and not
right.
a mom who tries to sell houses when they come up. So there,
Yeah, we deal
I'm
with
not
those.
I'm not arguing the flip side, but you can still create that environment here
Mhm.
as well. Okay.
Yeah, so we
Uh,
like to provide areas that they can go because I'm like that. When I was working at home, it was very easy to just throw my hair up on top of my head and, work on my computer. And really, I thought I was getting things done, but you don't
thought you
get
were
really
working,
as much.
right?
Yeah. And so, like, we try to help, like, hey, like, that you can go here, you can get an office for this amount here. Like, if people need office space, then I get it because I am one of those people. I need office space at home.
Right.
It's very easy to be like, oh, I'll just go watch TV. And then next thing I know, I'm doing nothing. So I get that. And that's part of our job on the virtual side is training them on not doing that.
Right. Absolutely. And that's a lot of what I do with business owners is training them on time management, mapping out their days, mapping out their weeks. What do you need to get done? What is important this week? 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time to progress your business. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of coaching in what you're doing. Is there anything you wish you had done differently? I mean, you're a year plus in, but it's a little quick, but is there something that you'd like to redo?
Um, I don't think so. I mean, I know that there are things I guess entrepreneurs do this all over the place, but like they have all these great ideas and they're like, oh, we're gonna implement this. Like I wish that I could slow my brain down and like
Hmm.
actually be like, maybe let's do it this and this. But no, I mean I feel like we're in the trajectory that I want to be. So I mean, I guess you learn from it. You make mistakes and you learn.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good lesson, right? You are going to make mistakes.
Right.
You can't beat yourself up. If you beat yourself up, then it may stop you from doing anything else. To slow your brain down is a big lesson, right? Um, because in the beginning, especially, there's so much you want to do. We just did an event 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, and it's a quarterly planning session for business owners. And and in doing so, you're setting your goals and you're identifying all the things you want to do to change your business. But then you're saying, what am I going to do this quarter, and what am I not going to do this quarter? so that you can take 20 things and reduce it to 5.
Yeah,
Because when
and
you
make
really
it
think
more
about
efficient,
it,
be more
you think about
productive.
the three, right? You think about the 3 to 5 things you want to do. There's probably 3 to 5 steps for each one of them,
Right.
right? If you wanted to change your marketing or you wanted to change the way you train people, well, you have to break that down into bite-sized chunks. And we did that just so people can plan, what am I going to do in the next 13 weeks? You got 13 weeks, just make the most out of it. And really, in this fourth quarter, you got about 10
Right.
because the thing, right. And now we're halfway in, so now you got about 8. I'm talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, right?
Right. Yeah, no one
But
does much then.
well, you can, depends on your situation and your goals. But um, anywho, okay, so that's good. I think giving yourself some grace and realizing you can't get it all done right away. Um, is there anything, and your business is relatively new, and you weren't in existence pre-COVID, but this question is there something that you've set up in your business that you know will absolutely be a permanent part of how you conduct your business?
The
Meaning
virtual aspect.
virtual,
Yeah. I mean,
never change.
our goal is to have a form of brick and mortar in every state. Um, because, well, some states require it. So
Mhm.
that we'll have to do. But um, our goal is to be in all 50 states, take first class platinum to all 50 states. So the virtual aspect will never go anywhere because obviously there's not 50 of me, there's not 50 of my husband.
Right.
So the I think that virtual taught everyone that it can be done without the whole office setting, and so the virtual aspect's going nowhere.
What's the biggest, and I agree with that, but what are the biggest challenges that creates that you have to tackle?
So, well, there's the agents that need a little bit more coaching in regards to getting them up and motivating them and making them do like a to-do list, a daily thing, like um, that don't have that office or that are used to like the 9 to 5, getting up every day and going to work for a corporate company, and they have daily tasks that they're given. Whereas in real estate, yes, there are daily tasks, but it's up to you to actually figure out what your daily tasks are.
Hmm.
So that's been a struggle in regards to like, not with all of my agents, but some of them, in regards to like getting them out of that mindset and putting them into, this is your business, you own it, you've got to want it. And doing that virtually can be hard. Um, and then finding a location for everyone to go, that's a difficult part. In regards to like team building, we try to incentivize. So by incentivizing, obviously we do team building and want them to all meet. Um, so that's been a little bit of a struggle.
Okay.
Um, but
All right. Interesting. So on the first one, yeah, I find accountability is the biggest challenge. And that's a lot of times that's why I work with people because they want somebody to hold them accountable
yes,
because they don't have that boss to tell them, hey, this is what you need to do. They need someone that they have to answer to.
right.
They're,
And they're
they're,
not getting that guaranteed pay, so that makes it even harder because they're like, oh, well, I mean, I'm not getting paid to do this, but then it's like switching them mentally wise to be like, but you're definitely not going to get paid if you don't do anything. Like,
right. Yep.
that's not how real estate doesn't. You don't get a guaranteed check.
Exactly. So accountability is a big item, and it's interesting because you talked about bringing people together, and it kind of is a parallel to the brick and mortar businesses that are trying to build a community, rebuild a community, and they're working on their culture because they want people to be tied and invested in their business because they've been virtual and they've lost some of those relationships.
Yeah, they've lost that sense.
So it's a initiative that's shared with a lot of traditional businesses. Um, and I do know somebody in Athens who plans events, so we should talk offline about
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Okay. Um, what's the most important thing you've learned since starting your business?
uh, People, the to people are the hardest. um, I guess like product to have. I know it's weird to say product as a regards to people, but like they're the most unreliable.
Resource. How about
Yes.
resource?
Like it's I've realized I'm a very trusting person, always have been. I think I'm too trusting,
Hmm.
and I guess owning my own business, I also have a lot of heart, and obviously it's mine, so I want it to grow. But learning that I can't want it more than they want it, and I can't give all of myself to someone that's not going to give 100% back. So
Right.
I think that's been the hardest thing for me is kind of like letting go of you can do it. Like I can't be. I am their biggest cheerleader, but if they don't want it, I can't want it more than they do.
Right. That's a good lesson. Are you finding um, are you finding it challenging right now for people to want to get into a virtual real estate with
No.
the whole interest and all that with everything that's happening
What
in the
we've
market?
seen over the last 2 years is that obviously the ones that got into it at 2020 or 2021, they seem to have very unrealistic goals because of how insane the market got. And I
Right.
think they thought that's how real estate is. And now that it's coming back to like a normalized market, people, the, those agents are kind of falling off. But we have people that have always wanted to do real estate. They want to get into it for the 9 to 5. It's just a matter of taking their mindset from selling sunset and being like, that's not real. Like, it
Right.
is a TV show that is exaggerated drastically. Like, yes, there are $38 million homes. No, you're not going to realistically get one your first time and make a $600,000 commission that first day. Like, so it's just taking and setting the mindset that that's not real. But no, we're not having. I mean, there's plenty of people getting in daily. It's
Okay.
kind of real estate's kind of that career that like a lot of people think they want, and then they get in it, and then they're like, no, just kidding, and they'll go back to a real job, or that's what they say,
Right.
real job. I get frustrated with that, but
It is a real job. Yes. It
yes,
is a
I
real
mean, I think
career.
it's a real job.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they'll go back to that 9 to 5 job because they need that set pay. And then you have those that sales is their passion, and I don't think that's going to go anywhere. And real estate's a great. It has its ups and downs, but the money's always there if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you work hard and you can manage your
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And that's one thing I talk to some of my clients about in your industry is okay, you've had this experience where you list the house and it sells itself.
Yeah,
And it
like
takes
500,000 over ask. Like,
yeah, and all that. I said that's not going to happen. It's going to go back to the more traditional way. You
yeah,
got to keep doing the work, and you have to realize that it's that in some regards things are a lot harder in your space because of that. But at the same time, some things were a lot easier. The selling part maybe was a little bit easier.
yeah. The
Once you
listing
got it,
side
it's
was
bam.
great.
So,
Yeah,
right. So, and that's what I had to explain to them. I'm like, look, it can still be done. People have sold houses through all these economic cycles, but you just have to realize it's going to be a little bit different.
exactly. I mean, some of my mentors made the most money they've ever made in their life after the crash, which was like completely opposite to the bulk of real estate people. But it's just a matter of switching mindset and going where the market's going versus staying stuck in a market that we're not in anymore.
Right, exactly. Yep. So what's next for your business? What's the next phase?
Um, well, like I said, we are about to open in Tennessee. We're about to open in North Carolina. I've got people for Texas, Illinois. So really, it's branching into other states. I had the privilege of being on a reality show called The Blocks with Wes Bergman,
Okay.
and made a lot of amazing connects there that I think will help us get where we want to get a lot faster. So
Okay. Very good.
that's the goal.
Keep growing. So next
Yes.
is grow, grow, grow. Awesome.
Yes.
Um, are there any offers or opportunities that are time bound or anything that's coming up in the near future? You talked about, expanding into different states. Are the people in those states that they should be, there's a time limit or not time limit, that's not the way I want to say it, but a timely need to reach out to you?
Like in the different states. I mean, anybody that's
Right.
looking to like partner with us, no matter what state you're in,
Okay.
like we're there to make it happen. Even, I mean, a lot of people want to open their own brokerage and don't know how to do it. We help them do that, and we don't have to partner with it at all. We just help them, give them the systems, and back out. Other people need that partnership part of it, that they need someone to like help them grow and take
Right.
them through, in which case we do that as well. So like we are open to anywhere and everywhere, whether it be a partnership or us just kind of give them what they need in regards to opening their brokerage. So
Okay. So you're intentionally looking to expand in these adjacent states, but if somebody called from Iowa,
yeah,
you can
we'd
still
love to
engage.
help.
Right.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. Very good. And then we'll put your information in the video and such, but
Okay.
probably just hit it on the website, send an email, pick up the phone, and talk to you and have
Yep.
a short discussion and get started. I assume is how it's going.
Yep. I would be the contact. That would be me.
Okay. Cool. All right. What's last question? What's most exciting for you, most inspirational for you in this industry right now?
Honestly, I'm excited that it's going to a normalized market. I know I sound so opposite of a lot of agents, but we're going back to like what it was in 2018, 2019 before COVID hit, and that's not a bad market. Like that's actually a great market. Like inventory is still good. I know rates are going up. I know people are freaking out about that, but I am excited to go back to a normalized market to where it's not buyers getting their hopes and dreams crushed daily. Like
Right.
I'm excited for the normalized market.
The mental stability and the
Yes.
consistency for
Hmm.
the
I think it's
for
more
your
consistent. Yeah, in a normal market, I think it's more consistent.
yeah, that's a good point. Everybody, buyers, sellers, agents,
Right.
the brokerage, we all like a little bit of excitement, but not the level of excitement we've had the last few years.
I am ready for that to go.
You can't
Like
keep up on
that
that pace.
got out of control quick.
All right, well that's cool. That's a good perspective. All right, well I thank you for the time today. Is there anything else you want to add? Is there anything we didn't talk about that's important to you?
I don't think so. Thank you so
Okay,
much for having me.
no, thank you.